Welcome back to the channel. I'm Schiffer, and today I'll be attempting something that I've never done before. Now, I've made a lot of videos for companies over the past 10 years, and something that every video I make has in common is that the equipment I use to create them costs a lot of money. I tried to break that trend a couple weeks ago when I demonstrated how I turned an ordinary photo I took on my phone into a captivating video asset without using expensive equipment. Now, while that video was cool and didn't cost a lot of money to make, it certainly costs a lot of time, not just to make the asset itself, but also the several years of learning the techniques that go into creating that style of content. Today, that is all out the window. I want to create a professional quality product commercial for under $20, and the catch is that it has to be easy. No keyframes, no masks, no practical effects. I want this to be so easy that literally anybody at any level of experience can do it. So let's get started. So to keep this commercial consistent with the other types of ads I would typically create here on this channel, we're gonna stick with a food and beverage theme, and we're gonna try and create an ad for this soda brand called Olipop. Now, seeing as Final Cut costs $400, which is just a tad out of our $20 budget, I will be using Canva, which is a free graphic design platform and also happens to be the sponsor of today's video. Now, what's great about Canva is that it's actually completely free to use, but you do have the option to upgrade to Canva Pro for a whole bunch of other time-saving features and tools. As an example, I spent a good half an hour a couple weeks ago trying to mask out this packaging from the background manually. But with Canva Pro, I can literally click a button and it removes the background for me instantly. Yeah, that's a thing, and it works perfectly. If you're interested in trying 45 free days of Canva Pro, you can go to the link in the description below or go to canva.me/DanielS. Anyway, back to our soda commercial. It is time to assemble a brand kit. So right now what I need are a few images of the actual Olipop cans, and rather than doing that myself, I can actually save some time and money by downloading the photos that Olipop already has straight from their website. I'm gonna pick 3 different flavors. We'll start with vintage cola, and I can just save this image directly to my downloads. I'll do the same for ginger lemon, as well as blackberry vanilla. Back in Canva now, I'll navigate over here to the left sidebar, and under tools, we have brand kit. We can start by adding our logos, just like so. We can actually create a color palette using the logos we just brought in, and we can also bring in any brand fonts that we might want to use for our project. Next, I will navigate up to our folders and then into our uploads, and in here we can go ahead and drag in our can images. So we'll go back up to our home page here, and under the video tab, you can see that there's a lot of options to choose from. Now, the video that we're making today, I want to be kind of generic so that we can repurpose it for different uses. So I'm going to start with just a regular video and create a blank project. Here in the Canva video editor, you can see we have a timeline down here with a playhead, and here on the left side there's a whole bunch of stuff we can use. So we'll start in templates and we'll scroll through, and I'm gonna try and find a template that I feel like could work well for our soda commercial. Now in this case, I'm envisioning something kind of flashy and exciting, so I'm gonna go up to the search bar here and I'm gonna search for neon, and you can see here that we have a whole bunch of templates that really pop, which is exactly what I want. I think we're gonna start with this one down here. I kind of like these neon tubes that are here on the sides. I'm gonna highlight all this stuff in the middle that we don't really need and just delete it. And now I will navigate over to our uploads and bring in our first can. I want to change our background color to match the colors of the can a little bit better, so I can select the background and go up to our colors here, and automatically Canva detects the photo colors that are in the project, and we can click through and change the background based on the colors in the photo. I like this one here. It's kind of muted and on brand with the can. And now the overall frame is looking kind of empty, so I think I can spice this up with a little bit of text. And immediately this kind of neon shine text is exactly what I had in mind. So I'm gonna click that to bring it in. Now when I look at the flavor of the soda, ginger lemon, right away I think refreshing. So I'm gonna change the text here to say fresh. Gonna drag it up to the top here and just fit it to the entire frame, and we can center. I'll now right click on it and send it to the back, and this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna highlight these neon tubes here and bring them in a little bit closer. And I feel like the can, because it's a 2D image, it looks kind of flat against our text. So what I can do is I can go into edit image and add a shadow, and we'll bring in one of these backdrop shadows, and that looks like it's giving us a little more depth. All right, so now if we go down to our timeline and click the play button, you can see that nothing really happens. It's just a stagnant image. Within Canva, there are two types of animations. We have page animations, which is what it sounds like. You can apply one of these to animate everything on the page like so, or you can select individual elements on the page and apply animations to those as well. This one is called Tumble. You can see it kind of has the can fly in from the side. There's a fade animation, which has it fade in. This one is called Rise, where the can kind of comes up from the bottom. And down here, you can see that there are additional animations that all have this crown symbol. These are animations that are part of Canva Pro, and they are actually really cool as well. If you're interested in trying 45 free days of Canva Pro, you can go to the link in the description below or go to canva.me/DanielS. I'm gonna go back into page animations here and just hover my mouse over different options to see how the elements on the screen respond. I think this pop animation really jumps out at me, literally. So I'm gonna select that as our page animation. And I think to create some variety, I'm going to select our neon tubes and I'm gonna highlight all of them by holding Shift and clicking and dragging. And for our neon tubes, this drift animation looks pretty cool, but I think I like baseline. So I'm gonna select that. And we can navigate up here to this play button to see what this looks like full screen. And I think we're off to a really good start. So now I wanna do the same thing for our next two flavors. And to do this, we can actually save time by duplicating the page we just edited by right-clicking it and clicking duplicate. And because all of the animations are already applied to the page, all we have to do is swap out the different elements with new ones, and everything will automatically be animated the same way the previous flavor was. I'll go back into our uploads here and bring in our vintage cola can, and I'll go ahead and delete the old can. I'm gonna center this and then select our background, go into our colors, and you can see here under our photo colors, it's automatically detected the can. We'll click through here and see our different options. And I really like the way that this muted sort of red background goes with our neon yellow. I'm gonna select the can here and not forget to add our backdrop shadow. And if we go back here and click play, you can see that's all we really have to do because everything is already animated. Currently, each one of these frames is 5 seconds, which is a little bit long. So I'm gonna retime these to 3.5 seconds and apply to all pages. And now I'm gonna play back this whole video so far full screen. Now, given how quickly we just did this, this is already looking really impressive, but I think we can make it a little bit smoother by adding in a transition. Between our two pages here, we have a little plus button, and if we click that, we can add a new page in between, or we can add a transition. I'll click on add transition, and we've got some options here to work with. Here we have a kind of cross dissolve, which is pretty smooth. We also have this slide transition. They have this kind of wipe transition as well, but I really like this circle wipe transition, and I'm gonna change the direction to out. And let's just play this back to see how it looks. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. So I just realized our text is actually the exact same on both clips. I actually want to have a different word behind our vintage cola. Let's just go in there and type in tasty. All right, let's go ahead and duplicate this page now, and we'll bring in our final flavor, the blackberry vanilla, and delete the can underneath. We'll center that and change our background color. And for this one, let's choose a different word because this is kind of a healthier soda. Why don't we just put in healthy? Select our can here and add our drop shadow. And we also can't forget to go down here and click our plus button to add our circle wipe transition. Make sure the direction is selected to out. And I still think these shots can use a little extra something. So what I'm gonna do is go up into the elements tab here and have a look through the graphics. I think I like these twinkling stars. So I'm just gonna bring one of those in and place it above the top right corner of our can. And I'm just gonna copy and paste that and bring it to the opposite corner. And now I can just highlight both of them, hit copy, and paste them onto our other two shots. All right, so we have a shot of each flavor. The only thing really left to do is to add an ending shot with all three cans. I'll go ahead and click this plus button down here to add a new page, and I'm gonna change the color of our background. And now we will just bring in all three cans. I'm gonna bring our cola can to the front and center it. Bring our other two cans behind. Make the front can just a little bit bigger. Looking pretty good. And now I'm just gonna highlight all three, right click, and group them together. Now they can all be moved around at the same time and manipulated as one group. I'm I'm just gonna shift this over to the side around here. And now I'll go into our logos and bring in our Olipop logo. Make it a bit smaller. And if we go back to the Olipop website, they do have a couple different slogans. They have a new kind of soda, but they also have healthy meets delicious, which I think gives the viewer a little bit more information. So I'll go back into our text here and add a new heading, and I'm just gonna type in healthy meets delicious and kind of line it up here with our logo. And if you remember, we uploaded some fonts to our brand kit, which we can select in here, and I can change the color of that to match our logo. So let's do some animations now. We'll highlight our cans here and animate them with the pop animation. Let's select our logo here, and I think I like tumble. And then on our text, our slogan down here, why don't we have just a nice simple fade in? We of course still need to add our transition down here. So we'll go ahead and do that. And finally, our last step is to add some music. Canva actually has music from Epidemic Sound built right into the platform. And to export our finished video, all we have to do is go up here to download, save it as an MP4 video. And here is the final result. Let's just make something clear. This video cost me less than $20 to make, and it was incredibly easy. That to me is shocking. I feel like this method of making content is an absolute game changer, especially for people with small businesses who want to save money and make their own content, but maybe don't have a lot of experience doing so. Not only is it incredibly easy and affordable, but Canva is like a one-stop shop for all of your digital marketing needs. Like I said, if you want to get 45 free days of Canva Pro, then you can go to canva.me/DanielS or go to the link in the description below. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit it with a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Daniel.Schiffer. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.